So this is the first time actually I come across any form of personal development was actually these four questions. Byron Katie's book, Loving What Is, I think was one of the first books I ever read that made a difference, right? And it seems crazy now to say it. And it might sound crazy to you or it might not. It depends on what point of your journey you're in. But I didn't realize how much I was thinking. And I didn't realize that just because I thought something didn't make it true. I hadn't yet had the awareness to realize that we have like 20,000 thoughts a day, or that number gets thrown around different numbers, but we have so many thoughts and we're making assumptions and we're telling stories and we're making negative predictions of the future, or we're replaying past events. We're telling ourselves, I should have done this, I could have done that, I should have done that, I shouldn't have done this. Constant thoughts, assumptions. Someone tried ringing me, it's because this reason, it's because of that reason, this person's annoyed with me, this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Just constant thoughts. And I did not realize how much my thoughts were dragging me around, triggering me, causing me to my own anxiety, causing my own stress, right? We've all had that. We think something's going to happen, and then we live in this stressed experience like it's already happened, only to find out we were wrong. There are many examples, right? We just make negative predictions or we make assumptions, and sometimes we don't even know what we're thinking. So our thoughts are invisibly dragging us around. It's like, is it Carl Jung said, until we make the unconscious conscious, it will direct our life and we'll call it fate. Our thoughts can be invisible sometimes, and the more we become aware of our thoughts and the more we become aware of how much they're full of shit and just bullshitting us, the more we can start to not only separate ourselves from them, but we can start to question them, and we can start to see that they're not true, and we can start to see that we're causing our own suffering. And then over time, you'll find that you don't even need to do that anymore. Once you start to develop a relationship with your thoughts where you realize that all thought is a lie, but some of it's useful to believe, which is another quote, you'll find that you automatically have distance. Rather than be in the thought and you're lost in it, you notice your thinking. You become the awareness of the thoughts. You become consciousness watching, oh, I'm having those thoughts again. Oh, I'm overthinking again. Oh, I'm having... So that's the point of these questions, right? I'm going to stop talking because otherwise we're here all day. But these four, like the freaking Greek god, these four questions are a really simple way of questioning thoughts. So you can not only do it in your head, you can do it as a journaling exercise as well. So I'll get these questions below. I don't think I need to talk you through them too much, really. It's quite simple. You're just looking at, is the thought true? Can you be certain the thought is true? How do you feel when you think the thought? How would you feel if you didn't have the thought? Then there is a turnaround you can do on this where you actually look at the opposite. So if I give you a quick example, if you're in business, then this will be something that makes sense to you, but you can insert any example. But I remember back in the day, let's say a client didn't pay their invoice, and I'd have the thought that they're not going to pay their invoice because they didn't enjoy coaching with me, and they don't want to carry on. And then I would feel anxious and I'd feel stressed and I'd feel kind of sad or annoyed, or I'd be almost like panicking, like, should I message them? Should I not? And then I'd be like, oh, and I'd be in that state of feeling like, I could have done better, or what, just in this real tornado of emotion, right? We're going back quite a long time. It's a silly example, but I'm sure we've all had something. Or if you're in the dating scene, the same thing can happen. They're not texting me back. It's because they don't like me. It's because I don't know, maybe whatever it is. Some thought will take your focus and hijack your emotions because you believe it's true. So let's go with the first example, right? This person isn't going to pay their invoice. I'm shit at my job. They don't want to carry on with the coaching, even though there's no reason to even think that. But, let's go with it because that's what my thoughts would do, right? And then I'd look at, is this true? Well, I don't know if it's true because nothing's happened yet. I haven't asked them. They haven't said. So can I be certain it's true? No. How do I feel when I think that thought? I feel stressed. I feel anxious. I feel not good enough. I feel annoyed at myself. I feel like I should have done something different. Right? Who would I be without the thought? I'd be chilled, I'd be calm, I would be getting on with my day, and I wouldn't really think much of it. Or maybe I'd drop them a message and say, just checking in, like, are we still doing whatever time we're doing, or just when is this invoice getting paid, right? No drama, no stress. And then the turnaround would be that this client is going to pay their invoice because they enjoy coaching with me, and etc. And then you look at, well, is that true? Well, yeah, because they've been working with me for 6 months and they've always enjoyed the calls and they've thanked me for it and they've got amazing results. So you will, I know this sounds really silly, but you will suddenly be sat there like, duh, but this is what happens, right? There's so many other examples. I've had clients that think they can't lose weight, right? Somehow their body defies the laws of being human, or they think they can never be successful, or they think they're an imposter, or they think, I had a client recently that thought he would, after he's going for a breakup, he would never, find anyone ever again. He'd never find anyone ever again. No one's going to fancy him. No one's going to like him. He's too old. These are all thoughts that, left unquestioned, could have hijacked him. Fortunately, he was on the phone to me, so that's not going to happen. But you could see how this would happen, right? It can just transcend out. So this is first level. Obviously, we're going to go into emotions, etc., etc. We're going to look at mind, body, soul, all of it. But thought seems to be like the first level that most people come in at, because it's the most, probably the easiest to grasp. Anyway, thanks for listening. Let me know how you get on. I'll speak to you soon.